Hey everyone, welcome back to this week's edition of the Maconi Setup Shop A-Fix Tutorials. This week we are looking at what I consider to be a very challenging circuit of the Americas, so strap in and let's get to it. Uh, Biggest thing for this racetrack, like I try to go over in just about every road course video, is to try to do all of your shifting and braking in the straightest line possible. I find that is pretty significant for here. I struggled. I've run a number of laps trying to make this video for you guys, and I absolutely struggle on cold tires. And I find that I struggle pretty bad when I'm trying to do extra inputs while I'm trying to turn the car. So I think more than ever, trying to do all of your stuff in a straight line is incredibly important. I think it's also important to know that the first lap of this race on cold tires could be really chaotic. I don't claim to be very good at road courses, but I have really struggled with this. Normally my pace on most road courses is okay. I would say mediocre at best, but I really struggle here. So hopefully there's some tips and things that you guys can learn from this video. This first lap, being on cold tires, was absolutely horrendous, but my second lap was probably the best lap I've run. I feel like the line and the shifting and everything is good enough. That's why I went ahead with this run and made this video. We'll go through the in-car in the second lap as well, but the second lap is where I'll try to get to most of my points, because this first lap, as you can see, isn't very good. Um, I've really struggled on cold tires. Trying to get the line and technique down on cold tires for me has been really tough, but that second lap, the second, third, and fourth laps are usually a lot better. As the tires get heat and fuel burns off, the car feels like it has more grip. I don't know if they've changed the road course package, but to me personally, it feels different than it has in the past. I don't know if that's helping me struggle even more or what. I just think my lack of laps here um, is really showing because I don't have very many. I've run more laps for this video uh, than probably ever running this racetrack, period. So, getting up to speed on the front straightaway here. Not the greatest launch on the last corner, but that's okay. Going up the hill, as soon as I start to see the rubber, I'm on the brakes. Now the objective is to have a big wide turn, get the straightest launch off exit as possible, and I'm trying to make these corners as easy as possible. All right, I'm trying to use as little wheel input as I can. This section here, really unique. I'm not touching the gas at all, and I still struggle. You want to be on these curbs. You don't want to hit the yellow turtles, but you want to be on these curbs. Okay, as you can see, yes, I'm struggling. Um, Very important to be patient through this section. Okay, it's a hard. I find that it's going to be a hard section to pass. If you're not too wide already, it's going to be hard for somebody to really stick their nose in there. If they do, then they're just asking for a bad situation. But that part of the racetrack is all about patience. Okay. Same logic applies here at the end of this straightaway as well. I'm trying to get the straightest launch possible. It's hard for me to keep it pointed farther left on this exit, um, but you're trying to get it slowed down as much as possible, make that really, really sharp turn, and get the straightest launch off. If you're trying to accelerate with the wheel input, it's really difficult. Um, I find it's a lot easier to do on this end. Watch how far left I can stay. Right, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Just keeping it left. I find that you cut off quite a bit of time. Get the straightest launch you can. This is another technical part of the racetrack. This is all first gear through this section. When we go in car, you'll see the gearing and stuff. I did miss this corner. Had to back it up a little bit. Same, the concept I think is right where you want to get way out. I think I just missed time where I have to turn in. And this part, I'm trying to make this all one turn really. Not sure if it's absolutely right, but I just try to make that section of the carousel one big turn because there's like 4 or 5 different apexes, and I'm just trying to make it one turn to make it as easy as I can on myself. Okay. Again, not the straightest launch off that corner. I've had better laps, but that is my best lap. We'll go to the in-car. I'll probably talk over this one just so that you can see what I'm talking about in car. Visually, it's a hard racetrack to see your point. Like turn one here is almost blind for me. Like it's right there on the A post. I'm more or less just guessing. I'm trying to keep that curb lined up with the A post because I can't see it. I do run 3 screens. I don't sit this close on one, but even with 3 screens, I can't see that. This part of the racetrack is all technical. I still struggle with it, but again, you're trying to run the red and white curbing without hitting the yellow curbs. This part here, very easy to get on the gas too early and push way out, and you have no angle to that corner. Okay. Same thing with this corner. It's real easy to get on the gas early and have no angle for this and hit that yellow turtle. Okay, so it's very important to stay patient there. About right under that underhang, on the brakes heavy. Speaking of brakes, if you haven't noticed in the intro, I am running a different brake package here because the brakes that I normally run everywhere and I'm very comfortable with, I was not very comfortable with here. So I ended up asking for help from one of my teammates and got this brake package. I ran a good number of laps with it and got comfortable enough to where I could do this for you guys. Okay. All first gear through, very slow. It's so easy to carry a lot of speed or think you can carry a lot of speed. You get way wide and you just get into a 4-wheel slide and you're pretty much toast. This corner here, big wide arc. Again, I just missed the curb, kind of mistimed it, but a big wide arc. Try to get a really straight launch off, okay? And this part here, again, I'm just trying to make one big turn. Could be a little bit smoother with the inputs, but I'm just trying to make it one big turn. Okay. I'll run this back again for you guys with no commentary so you guys can get the usual in-car experience. Okay guys, that'll do it for this video. I hope it's enough to give you some tips and ways to get around here. Again, I know it's not very good. At least I don't feel like it's very good. But I'm not very good at this track, right? If you think this run was bad, you should see some of the other ones I did. They were way worse. Um, I think the biggest thing that I would try to recommend is that you don't have to be full throttle in the slow parts of the racetrack or just about anywhere to feel like you're gaining speed. Okay. Um, I find that this is a bit of a racetrack where you really have to run within your own means, because the moment that you step out of your comfort zone and try to do something that you're not used to, the car, if it gets into a four-wheel slide, it's gone. You can forget about it. You're just going to drift way off track. You might miss a wall, but you're going to give up so much time. Um, if you try to carry a little extra speed in a corner and you lock up, you're just going to go straight, or you're going to go wide, miss the corner completely. Chances are you're going to have a ton of wheel input trying to make the corner, especially those really tight hairpins. You're going to get in the gas, and it's just going to get into a real lazy spin. Okay, so definitely recommend running a lot of practice laps before this if you're not comfortable. If there are stuff that you can take away from this video, that's awesome. Again, I don't claim to be the fastest road course guy. I just try to keep it on track and avoid the 1Xs, right? I just try to limit unnecessarily lost time. Okay. I wish there was more I could do for you guys here, but unfortunately, this is kind of the best I got. So if you if you find that this video was helpful, by all means, please consider leaving a like. If you have any questions, comments, please feel free to leave a comment down below, and I will answer them throughout the week as always. Again, different brake package here, so it took me a little while to get used to, but I found that it was way better than the 7/8s 2732s that I've been running pretty much everywhere. Okay. Lastly, if you're not already subscribed, as always, make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you can see these videos every Monday once they're posted to the Maconi YouTube page. All right, guys, best of luck this week, and we'll see you out on the track.